Welcome to week 2. All right, so this week, accents and rebounds. The goal for this one is to work on the stick choreography, but mostly I want to work on my wrist movement. I want to get full movement in my wrists. So that's going to be the plan. I think what I'm going to do is for all the upstrokes, I'm going to try to get my sticks at 90 degrees, but more if I can. Because it's kind of hard to see, or it's kind of hard to gauge exactly how high you're going while you're playing, but it is pretty easy to tell when you go past 90 degrees. So it might be a little bit excessive. By 90 degrees, I mean like 90 degrees from the pad, so like pointing straight up. So if I can go past pointing straight up, I think that's a good cue for me to make sure that I'm going far back. So anyway, that's the plan. Try to keep my taps very quiet, my downstrokes nice and full, my full strokes going all the way back. And one of the things that I noticed is a lot of my favorite drummers, when they play with their wrists, their hands are pretty tightly closed. And I think what I'm going to try to do is, instead of holding my sticks like this for the fulcrum with the index finger, I'm going to try to keep my fulcrum on the middle finger just to get a little bit more of the look of what I've been seeing with a lot of my favorite drummers. So while I'm working on this book, I'm just going to be playing as written with a metronome, very slow, focusing on getting the right stick movements, and then maybe speeding it up, but I'm more worried about the quality of my movements and really understanding the movements rather than just playing through them kind of sloppy. The other thing this week is I'm going to be practicing standing up. I'll show you the setup in a second. I'm just going to be putting my practice pad on a music stand and playing it that way, which I will be doing for the unison warm-up. I'm going to try the unison warm-up again, but I might be doing it a little bit slower. I might be doing it just with one hand because I'm really focusing on getting my wrist to move a little bit better. I found that stick control really helped with my fingers, with my left hand especially. Still work in progress, but accent and rebounds is really going to help me focus on my wrist and getting full movement in my wrist. It's kind of like I want to get this kind of snappy upstroke, or the snappy up movement of my wrist, and my left feels kind of sluggish compared to my right. So that's something to work on. So yeah, I'll show you my standing setup and I'll run through the warm-up. Alright, this is pretty much the best angle that I can get quickly. Anyway, I'm just putting my practice pad on the music stand, getting it about belt level. Get a little different angle of my hands, see what's going on a little bit better. Upstroke. Alright, so I don't really want to play at 190 this week because I think it's a little bit too fast, but I will try it once or twice just as a reference to compare to last week. Alright. Hopefully this week I'll be able to play 8 hours a day Monday to Friday, which is the goal. and hopefully that will be enough time to get through this whole thing. I haven't read the front yet, but just like what I did for stick control, I'm just going to read everything at the front just so I have a better idea of what I want to do. One of the things that I might also want to add is I noticed that there are some first endings and then final endings in the book, but they don't have the stick choreography written down. So that's something that I might want to do while I'm doing this book, is just write down the choreographies where they're missing and where I think I need them. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to be looking at as well. I don't know what speed I'm going to be playing it at yet, but when I figure that out, I'm going to try to keep it consistent throughout the whole book.